Matako, I have never felt such sheer gratitude towards this game in my life, and I'm gonna do very nice things for you. Trust me. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to ESA 23. It's ridiculously early in the morning. I am your everyday giant clam. I am tired, and next to me I have two of the best commentators you can ever ask for. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Smokey. I used to also run when we got HD. Now just run some other games like Rush with Evil. Yeah, that's about it.
I'm Glitches and stuff. I glitch hunt in like all the Zelda games, so I know bits and pieces. Hopefully I'll be able to commentate this pretty well.
So you're more noticeable in a very specific Zelda game. Anyways. Alright, so before we get started, this is the all dungeons run. So funnily enough, what that means is we're going to complete all the dungeons. All that means is we have to touch the warp. That will be important later. Doesn't matter if we play the cutscene, touch the warp. Right, we're going to be starting off with an absolutely ridiculous trick. I'm going to say nothing for the first 7 minutes of the run. I'm going to leave it to these guys. And I want to say really quickly, there is an epilepsy warning and a seizure warning with this game. So if you do have anything like that or you start feeling anything towards that, please do not stay. It's not that important. And without further ado,
all right.
3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. All right, well, we didn't practice anything for the intro, so we did a practice run and we just sat here in silence for the first minute and a half. So this is Zelda the Wind Waker HD. HD, very, very important. This is probably a very, very different run compared to SD. And if anybody's ever seen this game before, if anybody's ever watched SD, it's changed. The last time it was in ESA, I believe, was 2 years ago. And that was Hundo. I don't think All Dungeons has ever been showcased. I'm not 100% sure. Personally, my favorite run. It's exciting and it keeps you going. We've got a range of different things from a fun little trick called item sliding, an even funner little trick called pause storage, which you need 2 controllers for, and the infamous barrier skip. Ooh. Okay, so we're just going through the intro. Our sister's coming to see us. And I'm going to let them talk through the trick that I'm about to perform, but basically it allows us to skip the entire intro area. This noise gets pretty annoying, so I would apologize, but I'm really not sorry. If I have to put up with this, all of you guys have to too. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to go and visit our grandma, but honestly, she's fine by herself. Her sister, her sister? Her sister's not here. Our sister's here to look after her. Right, into the sea we go, and let's begin.
Time for the puzzle screens.
Yeah, so obviously normally you'd have to go through all of Outset. You'd have to do some of the tutorial stuff, get your sword, get your shield, because in this game there is a small swimming gauge in the bottom right, through the circle, which limits how far you can swim before Link drowns. And so obviously you can't escape Outset until you've done all those little mini quests, but there is obviously a trick, if you know the game you'll probably know it quite well, called Super Swim. The idea is you change, every time Link changes direction in the water, he gains a little bit of negative speed. Very common in in video games for there to be glitches where you've got like negative speed gain over time. So this is, in particular, this is manual Super Swim, so pausing at a very accurate rhythm so that you get exactly 1 frame input, so you can input forwards 1, then backwards 1, then forwards 1, then backwards 1, so that Link changes direction every frame to gain speed as quickly as possible.
No, keep going, it's fine.
Yeah, it's really easy to mess it up as well. There's just to gain the speed, you have to be frame perfect. If you go 1 frame too many, you can see it in the rupee counter in the bottom right. If it stays blurred out, that means that it's a perfect pause. So that means he gets +3 negative speed, basically. But if it's 2 frames, you can see that it stops being blurred. And if it's 3+ frames, then he starts just losing speed instead of gaining speed at all.
And you saw there the drowning meter, the breath meter on the bottom right, refilled there. If you're near certain walls or near shallow water, you can refill that without ever going on land, which is very convenient.
We're still going.
So yeah, another thing is we haven't talked about is the language. So Italian is the fastest language for this. Text boxes are on the whole shorter, saves time over the run. And sorry, yeah, go ahead.
So now after he has about 600 speed, it will start going into a upcharge, which is basically what it was. Nice. Oh, that's perfect. Which is basically what he was doing just before, but now it's going automatically, because he basically targets and then holds up on the. Oh, that's dangerously close. And then he holds up on the control stick, which causes the camera to basically flip around every single frame.
Not done yet, not done yet.
Oh. Looking good. That way he builds up all the way to 1300 speed, which about gives him enough to swim all the way to Dragon Roost Island.
Okay, we're good. You can clap now.
And then there it is.
Whoa! So,
Very good.
holy moly, I can't feel my arm. Okay, so
Scariest part done.
to put that into perspective, every single time you reset, you have to do that. In terms of speed, this cutscene takes about 54 seconds, I believe, in Italian. So it's going to be about just under a 6-minute MSS. My best is 5 minutes flat. So, you know, even with all that pausing, that's only a minute off of what my best is. You can go down to, like, I think 420 is pretty optimal. Don't think anybody's got that just yet. And that's the wrong way. And that is, you know, with overcharging and everything like that, if you failed, you'd have to do all of that again.
So the boat would normally be talking to you here, but we've skipped so much stuff that the boat's just invisible for this cutscene. Luckily, this cutscene doesn't crash, which is nice. So we can get the Wind Waker nice and early.
That is pretty ideal. So we don't care about going things the correct way. We're just gonna jump up the rock, and we're gonna talk to this bird who, you know, normally we'd have had a deep, meaningful connection by now. But he knows our name. We don't know who he is. I'm calling stranger danger.
There's a lot of that in this run.
And as you'll notice as well, Link is missing his typical green outfit. You get that from your grandmother, and unfortunately we decided to ignore our grandmother and start playing and splashing around in the open sea.
Gonna be rocking the pajamas though.
We are
entire
going
time.
pajamas. Alright, so what's the point of doing that pausing? Well, I'm glad you asked, everybody. Basically, by going all the way straight to here, we're rushing one item in particular, and that's the grapple hook. It's, funnily enough, the most powerful item in the entire game. For anybody who doesn't know anything about Wind Waker HD, it allows you to gain speed. Negative speed, because once again, there's no goddamn cap. Come on, Nintendo. It lets you gain it exponentially or logarithmically, very, very, very quickly in a few seconds, to the point where if you charge that speed for 7 seconds, you'll crash the game because you've got too high of a speed value. So once again, these guys are just discussing among themselves. We don't really care about their problems. I mean, we'll fix them because we have to, but that's only just because of the rules of the run. If I had it my way, we'd be in and out of here in about 20 minutes and then just gone. We'd never see them ever again.
Yeah, before we even get close to getting the grappling, we would just have to fix some family issues, basically.
That's it, yeah. We've got to be a quick therapist for this entire clan. So with that, the delivery bag, the only item in the run that is used once, because we get it forced upon us to have to do this. I see people talking in the chat. Japanese is in fact the slowest, so any language that isn't Japanese goes basically every single character that you see on screen goes 3 characters a frame. Japanese goes 1 character a frame, which makes it exponentially slower in this game, which is a change from, you know, everywhere else.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
only thing. It's the fastest one in SD, but in HD it's just basically the slowest one.
Yeah. So we've got some time for some messages, donations, anything that's going on right now while we're just running through this house.
Outstanding news. Right, we have got $10 from Cairo. Hi, Clam. Good luck on the speedrun. I thought I would share some details about my lunch. I had this delicious gourmet burger, proper Aberdeen Angus, with the most delicious special cheese. Very fancy. Don't clam it. Is that funny? You can laugh if it's funny, like, I don't know. That $10 is going towards the Zelda cosplay. Woo! And we've got $5 from Anonymous. Those $5 are going towards the Zelda cosplay.
Woo-hoo!
It's at $620 out of 1,000. That is $380 remaining. I've got other numbers that I can tell you, but please keep donating for the Zelda cosplay. It will change your lives.
It really will. It's something to behold. You can see the wig represented behind me, in case you were all curious. Alright, so Medley, we just delivered your letter to your little boyfriend about his father's family issues with him. Because this father is not actually able to go and visit his son himself. You know, that seems like a problem in my eyes, but I don't know how bird people work. So she wants to enter this exceptionally dangerous cavern where the bridge is broken, probably for a very good reason. So that she can try and figure out what's making the big dragon so angry, so that the child can go and get his scale, which is essentially like the equivalent of, you know, growing older in the Rito world, then able to fly. So naturally, as soon as you help her out with this tremendous favor, picking her up and throwing her, she gives you a shard of glass she found on the ground.
Luckily, Link catches it. Otherwise, it would
it would be a pretty short run. Alright, so we're using the gamepad for this run. Not because I want my fingers to hurt, because it's one of the most ergonomically unfriendly controllers next to the GameCube I've ever held in my hands, ever. But because it's really easy for menuing. It has gyroscope, which is lovely. You can literally just drag items into the inventory like I just did there, without having to pause. Also, we need to use both controllers for a trig later in the run anyways. Well, multiple trigs. So yeah, a little bit pay-gated, but you know, you gotta be fast. Everything we can do to be fast. And gyro is pretty crazy. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, I know one person who doesn't like playing with gyro. They turn it off right here when they're jumping into the water. But I just prefer gyro. It's a lot easier. You know, you can start swinging your Wii gamepad around, hoping you don't hit anybody in the face because this brick will hurt.
It makes so much stuff just in general easier.
Absolutely.
It's much like aiming and stuff as well.
So this is a little bit strange, going into this dungeon with the current equipment, because you can see Link has no sword, has no shield, because obviously we skipped quite a lot at the start. So you might be wondering, is this even possible without a sword? Like, that's...
I sure hope so.
Yeah, I'm wondering too, to be honest.
Yeah, so, you know, we haven't got the sword. We literally have come from waking up and decided to go for an early morning swim. Now we're helping with his family and their issues that they've probably had for years. This guy who's been standing guard never expected to see us ever. So, pot to the face. And we're just going to be traversing this dungeon, so we only want to go halfway through it. Halfway through it is the mini-boss, which will allow us to get the grappling hook.
Actually hit the lantern first try there.
In practice, I missed that, so, you know, I'm already feeling pretty good.
We gave you a hard time about that in practice.
Well, it's just a hard time. You guys made me feel... Anyways. Alright, so these lava plumes that you see, they're on a cycle. So the second that you enter the dungeon, that timer is going. Oh! So that timer is going. So between loading zones, between rooms, they're always going throughout the entire dungeon. There's about 7 or 8 of them in the entire dungeon. The only one we worry about really is one in a ladder you'll see soon by our favorite Bokoblin Fred. If you're fast enough, which I certainly am not being right now, you can get that like as early as possible and be able to run past a fire plume. Also, there's a little horrible thing there, so if you actually jump into the lava, you die. There's a little camera manipulation here where the first time you land these in water, it plays a little cutscene. You might have seen a little tiny jitter in my camera just before I proceeded to burn to death. Basically, that meant that when you move the camera, it just kind of cancels the cutscene for some reason. It's pretty peculiar. All right, once again, no sword. Pretty lucky that this guy doesn't have a stick or something. He has the only thing in the game that can break these. Pretty useful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's perfectly laid out for us to just go through it without anything at all.
This dungeon is literally, I believe, the only dungeon you could go through, like, in its actual entirety, I believe, without a sword. You could technically kill the boss with just the grapple hook. I'm just not certain about being able to get the boss key. Might need a sword to be able to get down there, but I'm sure there'll be some form of jump that you'd be able to do. Some crazy glitch hunter would figure out. Quadruple flame perfect or something, as they proceed to say it's not that easy. It's not that hard even. All right. So we're coming up to that little ladder I was talking about, and we're coming up to everybody's favorite bokoblin, Fred.
Our buddy Fred.
Say hi to Fred.
Hi, Fred.
So Fred's pretty rude. He tries to hit us quite a lot. And then this lava plume. Okay, we're good. I believe I am just one plume off, so before that one came out, you can just about make it up there if you do the rest of the dungeon quickly. But unfortunately, we decided to be a little bit slow today.
Will it be first try?
No,
Oh, no.
of course not.
Yeah, so there's a trick here called, well, roll clip, but here we're going to use it to jump instead of clip. You can roll the frame after standing up from a ledge, and it can be used in various places to achieve slightly different effects. There we get a nice jump across to skip the sidling, but you can also use that, you'll see later, to clip through walls.
Yep, very important glitch. But we've got now a little bit of nothing until the mini-boss, I believe, so if there's anything coming in...
Let me tell you, we are making magic happen on this night. We've got $5 from Naomi152. Chat, can we get a $5 pause? Trying to hit that incentive, and then pause! Exclamation point. Obviously, Zelda cosplay. So yeah, I mean, that's a fun word. There's no way we're going to change the language. I'm like, let's have... No, we'll move on. We've got $50 from Using Emails. There are some sights mortal eyes are not yet to behold, no matter how curious we are. I bet this guy in a skimpy Zelda cosplay, no doubt one or two sizes too small, is one of those sites. Now, let me tell you, right, that $50, 49 of which have gone to upgrading the Castlevania run to whip only, and $1 for the Zelda cosplay. Now, I would go so far as to say Usernamios and I are friends. And you might be thinking, gosh, that Castlevania run must be like really, really soon. It's at 7 p.m. this day. Obviously, we want everything to get met at this event, but there are cosplays that need to happen immediately. We've got $25 from Cam18881. He says, let's get that cosplay. That's all going towards the cosplay. We love that. We've got $20 from Minnie Stefan. Good luck, Clam. That's all going to the cosplay. And we've got $5 from Chiron. I need to see Clam in that cosplay. I am desperate, almost as desperate as Uni Cortez in Spy Kids 3 Game Over, saving his sister from the unbeatable level. But no, Clam, please take another $5. You deserve it. Just like the guy from Spy Kids 3 Game Over who foolishly lost all of his 99 lives. All for the Zelda cosplay, for an amazing cause. 676, which are like practically $300 away. It is happening right now.
That is fantastic.
Dude, that's the kind of energy we need.
I can't wait. That is the kind of energy we need. We need the energy and the confidence that the guy had when he entered the unbeatable level in Spy Kids 3. The only unfortunate thing is he proceeded to get absolutely blasted. So I'm hoping to, you know, maybe not lose all 99 lives and perhaps survive like Junie Cortez and Carmen did at the end of the film. Lots of hidden references already, and we're only 17 minutes in. 2 hours to go. All right.
Timing here and perfect jump. He could immediately. I mean, still good.
That's never gonna happen. All right. So here we see an ominous-looking rock. What's under the rock? A pot. Great.
Wow.
So this is going to be used later because we do need to defeat the boss, but I do not want to defeat her now. Ideally. So instead, we're just going to go straight into the mini-boss room. We're going to get that grapple hook. It's going to allow us to item slide. Probably the defining glitch of Wind Waker HD. The thing that really makes this run exciting. All right, well, we're getting this somebody can explain what item sliding is.
Alright, so basically with every single first-person item in the game, except for the telescope, unfortunately, because you get it at the beginning of the game. If you go and walk in any direction and then immediately start holding the opposite direction as little as possible before it starts reading the input, it'll actually start multiplying your speed by, I think, 1.2 every single frame, which obviously in no time just gives you a bunch of speed. So, like Clem said earlier, if you charge it for like only like 7 seconds, it just immediately crashes the game because it just overflows with like the speed that you have.
Absolutely. So you're gonna see. Oh, okay. We'll take this one then. So you'll see that in action. Okay, great. Thanks. So we'll see that in action in a second.
Going with you.
You'll have noticed I've been gathering rupees as well. So we need 80 rupees in this game to purchase the sail. So getting that Moblin orb there is nice because that gives us quite a bit of rupees. We're about to get 40 rupees, so that means we only need 2 more rupees, and that's fine. We'll gather that. So here we go. The most important item in the game: the grappling hook. Woo, yeah, woo, woo, yeah. All right, so you're about to see it in action after this save warp. All right, so with item sliding, there's a couple of funky things. So when you're gaining this speed, there are some ways to lock your speed. Those include target, pulling out a bomb, pulling out Skullhammer, and I think that's it. But here we go. Whoa, speed. But this one's a bit more exciting. Whoa! Oh, that's actually a little bit depressing. Wait, hang on. Let me try that one again. Whoa! Whoa! So this will be our main mode of transport. You may think, oh, but you're getting the sail. You're going to use the boat? Only when we really have to. I'm lost. There it is. No, it's not. Oh, no. Pray. Okay, we're good. All right, so fun fact, when you don't have the sword, every single moblin that has a lantern acts like a jailer. So I'm going to wave my bottle in these guys' face. Obviously, that's contraband. So he's going to throw us in jail. Fantastic. Because funnily enough, this is exactly where our sword is. And we're going to see our first cutscene skip in here soon enough, which I'll explain while we're in the middle of the cutscene. You got a couple of seconds for a donation if there is any.
We've got 2 donations. We've got
Oh my
$20
God.
from Valk. Good luck on the run. Got to get that Zelda cosplay. All towards the Zelda cosplay. We've got $25 from Da Boys. Just trying to push us a little closer to the Zelda goal. And with that, we have broached $721 out of 1,000 for the incentive. Less than 300 to go. We've only got 2 hours left. We're going to do like 3 incentives in this run. It's incredible.
All right, perfect. So you'll have seen a little bit of movement there, nice fun, clipping through walls and everything. So like I said, target will stop your speed, but what it'll do is it'll fly you in either left or right, depending on the item you have. So hook shot and boomerang will fly you right. Everything else will fly you left in one frame and use up all of the speed that you've stored up. So that's useful for like, hopping across large gaps and stuff like that. And then you can also do, fun little things like this as you're just running around. If you put away the grapple or anything else that you use, then it just instantly cancels your speed.
Yeah, it's so insanely useful that it just, as soon as you press target, you just keep your speed and you can move wherever you want.
Yeah, if you keep holding target, it flings you to the left, and then you can move yourself around and you can control it. It's a bit weird at first because you're negative, so you have to go like opposite of the way that you go. Like Link's going to be facing you. We're going to do some conversions. So you're able to convert your speed to positive and back to negative and all over the place, just depending on some specific angles that you decide to hold. And turning in like 180 degrees and stuff like that without accidentally losing all your speed. So, pretty fun. Okay, what we've got here is a fun door clip. It's like the worst clip in the entire game. We've got to make sure we have a certain amount of speed. I've got too little. And we make sure we have a specific, okay, see you later. A specific speed angle as well, which is basically the angle of which Link rides down a surface if he's against it. So like this door here. So we're waiting for 2 bobs and then 3 steps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And with a very specific stick angle and a very specific A press, we missed it. You have to unpause and then press A to roll into the door on the second frame after unpausing. So we'll try that again. 2, 1, 2, 3. That was too early, so that was the first frame. Pretty tricky clip. Doesn't save too much time, but it's enough to make me want to go for it, and it's pretty cool, so. Big run killer, though. 20 minutes into the run.
It's like a triple frame perfect.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay. So with us being here, we do not want to step back out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Swap to the Pro Controller. Paywall. And home buffer the options menu. So, you'll notice that we have a very fun looking screen. And it stays like that. So essentially what this is the cutscene is currently playing. However, the options menu is open, and for some reason that gives us a .jpeg of the inventory screen. In probably the worst quality, well actually it might be the best quality the Wii U can provide. And basically this is done by opening up the options menu on the gamepad while playing with... We're watching the cutscene! But I'll still explain it. So it's by opening up the gamepad, the options menu on the gamepad, and then we home buffer just for like a quick spin so that you land inside the loading zone at the exact same frame that the options menu opens. So it still loads you into the loading zone or cutscene while the options menu is open. And from there, if you're in the middle of a cutscene, as long as your flag is set correctly, then you're A-OK to save warp out of there, and it'll count it as being completed. So yeah, unfortunately we just have to sit and wait for this, but you know, it's plenty of time for anything to be plugged, like a certain incentive that we're currently going for.
Did you know we have a $10 donation from our own Zet, throwing some money towards the cosplay for good measure? There's more money towards the Zelda cosplay, 731 out of 1,000. I'm going to throw an extra number at you just to give even more incentive, my dudes, right? So we like milestones here at ESA, and once we breach $7,199, we will have capped the amount that we made at ESA Movember 2018. So for a mere $300 donation, you could be the person to snipe the previous total that we made for that event, and then we can move on to the next milestone from there. And we'll celebrate you forever in the annals of time, and you want that in your life.
Absolutely. So this is where we would skip. We would skip here because this is when the flag for the boat existing, ticks. If we save warp just before it, either it'll put us back on outset and we can't get into the cutscene again and we'll just crash. Or if we save warp in like the middle bit, there's like a middle section, then we'll land here on all the flags that we find, but the boat will just not exist. And we kind of need the boat. And then there's no other way to get the boat. That's it, he's gone. He decides not to come on this adventure. But instead we get to learn about a malicious evil. So we actually get a little bit of lore.
The best part, all the lore.
Ganondorf.
If you speak Italian.
If you speak Italian. If you don't speak Italian, then unfortunately you're just reading letters and looking at pictures. Okay, so the next steps after this, we're basically looking to complete all the dungeons as fast as possible, obviously. But we're looking to get a very specific item, which are the bombs. Now, you notice that I went through a little cutscene of Link being terrified, reaching into his back pocket, and somehow there's a talking stone in there. Don't know who put that there, because, we didn't really interact with anybody unless it was one of those annoying postmen.
Must have been Link's sister.
Must have been Link's sister while he was sleeping. Scandalous. So what that does is essentially that switches so that when we next enter the pirate ship, instead of being the item that it's supposed to be, it switches so that it's going to be bombs instead. If it doesn't switch, then we get a spoils bag, and huzzah, we can collect like joy pendants from bokoblins, but then we can't get bombs ever, so, As much as we love joy in our life, at the end of the day, we do speedrun video games, so I'd say I'd take the bombs.
And now just first thing when we get to this island, we just immediately let someone out of jail. Because why not, you know?
Yep. We're letting this convicted felon run free because we've decided that, you know what, this door looks pretty interesting. There's a switch here. Push, he comes out, he loves us, and he introduces us to the Miiverse, which actually was brilliant when it worked. You'd be roaming around the Great Sea and you'd see on beaches and stuff, you'd see little tingle bottles, and it would be photos that people have taken and uploaded with like text and stuff. But because unfortunately Miiverse shut down, it's now completely useless. And then we get a map showing us where Tingle lives. Don't care. This guy has the most annoying shoes in history.
So the reason for freeing this guy is because on the HD version, you actually need to in order to get the sale, which is why we collected 80 rupees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we're going to go visit the shopkeeper in probably a speed faster than he could ever imagine.
Faster than
Someone
you can go.
flying at him all of a sudden.
Yep, I'm going to quickly turn my gyro back on. And yeah, so for some reason, he doesn't let us buy the sale off of him until this man is let out of jail, which is a little bit unfair in my opinion, but anything for the sale. I just want to look after my boy, the King of Red Lions, and make sure he's happy. And then that sale we got, don't need it. I can swim really slowly instead.
You don't even tell him that you have it, you just immediately leave.
Yeah, he sees us there. He knows we're here. Alright, swim, swim, swim. And we're looking for the wrong way. We're looking for an island over here. Over here. So we want to load this island first so that the water is nice. And then we want to land in this island. Because if you land in this island and the water is too high, you're soft locked. You get stuck in an animation of Link trying to get out of the boat and stand on land, and instead he's in water, so he just keeps slamming his face into the water over and over again until you turn off the console. Thankfully, the islands next to him, next to this island, have low water, so when you enter here, you're fine. And here's the postman again. Why is he here? He's following us at this point.
Which is pretty impressive considering how quickly you're going.
Absolutely, yeah. He must have another grapple hook behind him.
I'm fighting in midair.
Here's a Rito treasure, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Must be that delivery bag. We don't give it enough credit.
Yeah.
So he's basically telling us about lore later on. The god who lives here is gone, but he thinks it might be at my hometown. Crazy. But we need to check on Windfall first for some reason that I don't remember. Oh, okay, that was a sudden flash flood, I'd say. I'm glad that the family are okay. All right, so you'll notice I'm save warping, and I'm not getting put where I normally am. We're swimming towards the boat in a completely different island. So when we did MSS, we didn't set any save flags. Normally, you'd set save flags like in certain cutscenes and. Mainly, it's when you are in the boat. But because we haven't entered the boat yet, then whenever we save, we go back to where it thinks we should be and where the boat is, which currently is Windfall. Windfall? Yeah, Windfall. All right. So this is a pretty difficult trick. So this is another instance of role clipping. To do password skip. This trick has haunted me for a very long time. So I'm hoping I get it in under, an hour today. Oh. So with some very certain roles and lineups, we can get Link into a position where we can do this, and then side hop behind the door. That was pretty good,
Nice.
not bad. And then we just got to go through the ropes. So this is whatever we can get some talking in.
Right. If there's one thing we know ESA is about other than milestones, it's about family. And I think that together tonight we have found our family. We've got $60 from your trusted crew behind you. And this feels that this is a bit like culty, because it's all in capitals, and it's very much like that. It's like summoning in Batman, where it goes, pausa, pausa, double, pausa, junior, double, triple, pausa. I don't know what it means, but I love it.
You don't know what it means?
Well, I mean, it presumably means pause, pause, two pause, small pause, 3, 2. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what it means. Apparently, I don't even speak English.
Oh man, you have to be a little bit. We have to culture you.
That's ropes.
Right. So you'll notice that I just instantly jump off the ropes. That is completely intended RNG manipulation. What you normally do is you go through them perfectly, and you go around here, and then you land here. I'm actually quite lucky because I didn't go so. I didn't like land on the ground for too long. Nico did yell at me, be like, "What are you doing down there?" He just didn't see me, so pretty lucky. And this will give us the bombs. So we've got sword, grapple hook, a trusty bottle, the tingle ball, the delivery bag, and explosives.
Yeah, the great thing about those ropes as well is that you can just, because of swinging, you can just randomly get thrown to the side. You can go thrown all the way down. It's really weird.
Yeah, they. If you don't know exactly what you're doing and haven't had way too many hours practicing or going down these ropes over and over and over again, then it can be pretty tricky. So we actually have to save warp here. If we don't save warp, then we get soft locked. There's quite a lot of soft locks in this game if you haven't noticed. So if you leave, you get put on the boat that's traveling to the dark area where we went after getting caught by the moblin. And then you just can't leave because we've already done it. We can't progress it. So you're just kind of sitting there on the boat forever. And now King of Red Lions has decided just to force talking to us, telling us where to go, where he thinks we should go. So he says we should go to the east. I think he's wrong. He's just going to keep talking. He's just going to keep talking. He's telling us, right, you've got to do all this. So I'm going to ignore everything he said. I'm going to go to the southeast.
Because we started this quest with the bomb bag and the Jaboon, the god guy we talked about earlier, we're in endless night mode, which is not great for super swimming.
That's what you think. Check this out.
Okay, never mind.
Perfect.
It's okay if you're good. Never mind.
Link is half drowning now. All right, so all we're going to do here is we're going to do a quick little cutscene skip, but I think we've got time for a donation just before we get into it.
You know it. We got $21 from our neighborhood-friendly Paulister. He says, "No, I was going to go to sleep, but I saw we're close to 7K, so I thought I'd help with that. Good luck, Clam, and good night." So yeah, we've just raised $7,000 for Alzheimer funding. Now, I'm not going to say that there was a misclick in the incentive selection and say that this was accidentally put towards Castlevania upgrade to whip only, which may or may not be what's in front of me, but my eyes or I wear glasses, I don't see very well, so I'm reading Zelda cosplay all day, every day.
Yeah, can we just change that? I know he made a mistake. I know it. Right, so I now need perfect silence for this. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through this entire section to get to the cutscene blind in order to skip the cutscene. So I need to use cues to do specific rolls to be able to do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Climbing up the ledge. Sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up the ledge. Side hop. Jump slash. Jump slash. Sword away. Side hop. Side hop. Side hop. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe it's 4? I will find out in a second. I thought it was 3, but I guess we'll try 4. So now I'm just going to dry roll. Hopefully I'll hit the tree. And we're going to kill these chews. We did not hit the tree. We sound pretty close, so I'm just going to do... and hope for the best. So I'm listening for the chews to attack me. So I can quick spin. Sounds like there's a lot of chews around me right now. Excellent.
Nice.
All right, so we skipped the cutscene. Woohoo! All right, so basically what I did there was I maneuvered all the way up to the Deku Tree, which you'll see like where that is in a second. Completely blind. I did end up getting to the wrong place, but we figured it out. I heard the chews getting louder. That's what you call a sick backup. And we killed all the chews. So when we arrive there, very slowly apparently, then we should be completely okay to just go and grab the Deku Leaf.
So even though, obviously we use restart at Woodfall, wrong game, Windfall, it's still faster to reset up the Super Swim, come all the way back over here, and do all this instead of watching the cutscene.
The cutscene is long. It's about a good minute and a half or something like that. It's pretty long.
Yeah, you're gonna see that thread just walking in the in the boss menu. You're gonna see that I think like 2 more times.
So this is the way I came. I'm going to take it slower. I ran all the way around here. And then I would have landed exactly here or something like that to roll into it. But I think I landed about here, so I had to go and roll here. So, it wasn't too bad, but I was a little bit off. All right, and we're about to come into one of the most time-lossable tricks in the game. We're either going to save 4 seconds or we're going to lose about a minute. So I'd say it's worth it.
As a wise man once said, real men go for bulb skip.
Real men go for bulb skip. All my homies hate that last bulb. So you just have to line yourself up perfectly. Each of these bulbs takes about 4 seconds to go all the way through, so we get to skip this last one if we're a little bit lucky. And good positioning. Looks okay. Pause. We did it. Woohoo! And now we've got a little bit of downtime as we go into the dungeon.
For donations, right?
Absolutely.
We've got $9. Phoebe's undergarments are back again. This is grim. I found a Zelda fanfic where Ganondorf took over, but I couldn't click on it. I guess the link was dead. Wow, this room fell silent. If you can do better, donate now. Let's get this fully grown man into a Zelda dress already. We also have $10 from Fa, smiley emoji, $10 to Zelda cosplay. It's an 810 out of 1,000, less than 200 to go.
And we still have about 2 hours. All right, so this is actually the second dungeon in the game. Obviously, we've gone through part of the first dungeon. Normally, you're supposed to run through this dungeon and use like Deku balls that are on the side to be able to open these doors, but because we got bombs, luckily enough, they destroy them too.
Yeah, it's great. We had the perfect amount of tools here just to clear everything out.
Almost as if it was, devised or something.
I mean, we're not supposed to have the bombs here. That's kind of...
Yeah, it is interesting, but the bombs are so good if you get them early in this
Absolutely, yeah. For some reason, if Link goes close to the orb things, then they'll close. But apparently, if you throw a massive explosive and let it sizzle there, they're just like, look at this thing.
A bunch of cool little optimizations like that, like leafing into the flower. And earlier, you might have seen when picking up the leaf, Clam did a side hop to just skip the animation. There's a lot of like very small animation, things in this game that add up.
You'll also have noticed that before, when I put the leaf away and then brought it back out, that's called leaf pumping. Very prevalent Wind Waker trick, where if you put the leaf away and then pull it out very quickly afterwards, not too quick, or you just won't pull the leaf out, then you get to preserve quite a bit of your height at the cost of a lot of magic usage. So it's useful for just reaching that ledge that's a little bit too far away. So the way you're supposed to kill these guys is the boomerang. Now the boomerang would probably be a smart idea to go for, but we're speedrunners, we're fast, and we're gonna kill this boss that you're supposed to attack its tendrils and the roof with, using the boomerang, with a grappling hook instead. But first, boss key? Boss key? What's a boss key? I'm just gonna walk into the wall, okay. Alright, so, because there's a little bit of water here and these platforms extend out, instead of crashing your game, you just clip slightly through the wall. It's pretty nice. And then there's exactly enough platform there as well for us to land on and skip the boss key. Alright, here we are. Makar, we've saved him. Wait, Makar! Makar, behind you! No! No!
You always let this happen every run.
Every time. I try to save him, I just can't do it. Okay, so all of these tendrils we have to cut down individually, unless I get a little bit lucky, with a grappling hook.
And if you remember, they do grow back.
So let's get cracking.
Yeah, so now he has to just go
Great.
around, hit it on.
Great
Start.
Okay, 1. Oh, a double.
Double.
It's going better than all of my practice runs I've ever done.
So if he does miss multiple, they start growing back about as fast as it takes to go around the whole thing. So missing multiple, it basically requires you just do a bunch all over again. It's very precise.
Oh, ho, ho. Uh-oh. So this one might start growing back. Okay, no, never mind.
Nice.
We're good.
That was really good.
And then... we're going to absolutely destroy Calidemos in one cycle. So normally, if you're just like slashing that guy, it takes about 2 cycles to kill him. It's actually a pretty easy boss. It's not too bad. But we have a special technique. So slashing your sword with a hero sword does 1 damage. Quick spin does 2. Jump slash does 4. And then you saw that I did a side hop jump spin, which is where you side hop, jump slash in midair, and do a spin. That deals 8 damage if you hit it right on the mark. So 2 of those destroyed. And then we get to listen to the best music in the game, unless we've got anything to read out.
Do you know it? I got $10 from MOD366. I just found out Link's travel plans, but they sound kind of weird. Maybe you can make something of it. Go west. Life is peaceful there. Go west in the open air. Oh, wait, that's a songbook from my childhood, not travel plans. My bad. Clam, you go traveling in whatever direction you need to without pausa to save the world, or whatever it is Link does in Wind Waker. I still need to play this. And that is going towards naming the character in Fire Emblem Nitro, but like Zelda cosplay. We've got $10 from Old Man. It says, "Good luck, Kloom." That wasn't even assigned. That's definitely got cosplay written all over it. Thank you so much.
All right, perfect. I'm glad that we did it at the perfect time so we can hear the best song in the entire game. I want everybody to bob their head along to this. Thank you, Makar. My sweet nectar. Round of applause for Makar. Hell yeah. What a performance. He may be a small onion, but he's got a big heart. Or something like that. Okay, so with Dungeon 2 done, naturally.
Which is actually Dungeon 1.
Yeah, Dungeon 2 done. Instead of Dungeon 1, we're going to go to Dungeon 2 and complete Part 2 of Dungeon 1 as Dungeon 2! All dungeons! But first, magic. Okay, so once again, save word will take us straight back to Windfall. Nice and easy. And once again, we don't care about the boat. We could actually probably get in the boat right now and sail across if we really wanted to. But, he's gonna talk to us. Of course he's gonna talk to us.
He's like,
You don't have the
hey,
sail, by the way.
he's like, hey, do you wanna bring me on the next adventure? Maybe.
Yeah,
Like, I'd love to see some stuff.
Yeah, I heard you got that sail I wanted, so I'm not stuck here forever. Yeah, anyway, see you later. So I don't think we've explained splooshing yet. If anybody wants to handle that.
Yeah, so there's like about 6 or 7 islands which take a long time to load. And because you're moving so fast when in the water, if you go into the water with those big islands, like this island, for example, Dragon Roost Island, it'll take a while to load, and if you swim into it too fast, it'll load, like the whole water will reload when you're in it. So that it causes you to fall for even a single frame, and that basically loses all of your speed, which is usually just a That's basically just a reset. Nice bonk.
Yeah, normal. Thank you. Yeah, so splooshing is pretty nightmarish considering there are, out of those 7, all of them are useful islands. We have to travel to multiple times, so yeah, it's great. But once again, boss key, we don't care about boss keys. Instead, we're gonna do this cool trick. Once again, frame perfect. And we're going to go in the back door. It's just like that. So the reason I leafed off is because you need to be a certain distance into the wall. The further in the wall you are, the easier they are. However, I didn't get the maximum distance into the wall, so my angle had to be a bit more precise there. And then 1 A press on the exact frame that you're allowed to roll, and straight through the wall. Happy days. Time to fight the most well-optimized, non-laggy boss in the entire history of Zelda. I think they did a really good job with how she looks, but I'm going to show you just how much this boss lags.
So this whole boss fight is just grappling above Goma, making the rock fall over and over until her whole skin just breaks, basically.
Yeah. So here we go. This is just looking at Goma, which is what you'd normally be doing. As it slowly chugs along. And that's not... Oh, I did not mean to do that. And then another set of chugging before you're then able to grapple onto the tail again. So you've got to do this 3 times. A little bit of timer for a quick donation.
You got it. We've got $20 from Princess Nako Cakes. Greetings from the USA. Let's get that cosplay. Can I ask you a bit of a weird question, Clam? It's not like a personal question.
Sure.
Is there someone in the audience that you would describe as like you trust them or know them pretty well that I could like have like beside me just for a moment?
Yeah.
Could you sort that for us? Like preferably someone that you actually know, like not like just like you know.
You have been summoned. Go have a seat.
So, if you just had the grapple hook, this would be a really, really long phase of this fight. But luckily,
We have bombs.
and a sword.
Ah, there you go.
Don't ask.
I will absolutely ask. Okay, so the reason I pulled out the bomb there was I was trying to do a trick called Goma storage. That would allow me to move around in this cutscene right now, and it looks sick. Unfortunately, gyroscope, it's just so bad. I just missed completely because the gyroscope is so bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just nothing you can do about that.
It would allow us to get this heart container for free without losing time, but I'm going to get this heart container anyways and lose time. Alright, so let's get this. We're going to side hop into it, probably. Yep. So, okay, great. There goes the time I saved. So, the reason I side hop into things is because if you grab them, Link does like the whole, oh my gosh, spins around and holds it up to the sky. If you side hop into it, he's in the middle of the air, so he just can't. So he just absorbs it. And then it just doesn't play that little cutscene. Saves us a little bit of time. Right, we've got a cutscene here, so hopefully more donations for the incentive.
You asked? Okay, we have $20 from your girlfriend's sister, who says, shout out to Giant Clam, but more importantly, his girlfriend in the back. Love you, big sis. And that is going towards the Zelda cosplay, which is now at $850 out of $1,000. Not even an hour into the run. Let's do it.
Shout outs to my girlfriend's sister. All right, $150. We can do it, guys. We can do it.
Almost there. Should be possible, right?
It should be possible. I'd say if RNG treats us well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make some more mistakes so this run takes longer.
Could do some RNG manipulation.
That's it, that's it. All right, so we stole the child's only toy. That was the whole ordeal that we went through. We wanted his toy, the orb that he was playing around with. It's ours now, so we're gonna blow it up.
Obviously, that's like the only thing you
Obviously.
should do with it.
With an orb,
Child's
a
toy.
suspicious orb. But first, we're going to go place one of the pearls. So once again, Endless Night sucks. Every like 20 seconds, 25 seconds, something like that, lightning strikes, and it lets you see the faintest silhouettes of islands. Other than that, you're just kind of playing it by ear. So this is... Uh-oh. Okay, no, we're fine. So we need to go 2 quadrants south right now. And bear in mind, I don't have a map, and the island directly south of me will sploosh me if I go anywhere near it. Because it's just so kind. We're going to go all the way around. We're going to lose where we are. Going to look at this. This is the wrong one.
Gotta find that.
There's the right ones. Tiny little silhouette in the distance. Obviously, they decided to make these the smallest islands possible with no other landmarks. And we're going to place the orb we got from the Great Decker Tree, his prized possession, in the statue's arms. And we're just going to leave it here. As, for some reason, danger music plays. Danger Great Sea music. Okay. I think we're in trouble, but we'll just save warp out of here. And then finally, let's go and find that big fish that they've been nagging on at us for the past 25 minutes to go and find.
Luckily enough, this save warps are still setting you to...
This guy does not stop talking.
He just really wants you to use a sail.
He just told me to go south to Forest Haven. Does he not realize we have already got that? Some people, honestly. Right, I am correct. So we're going to go here. Once again, Splooshable Island, but if you come in from the side, you can go pretty far in. Close enough for the cutscene. And what we're going to do is, really quickly, we're going to go and place the pearl we just got from Kamali. And we're going to either drown so that we spawn in the boat at outset, or we're going to attempt anyways a very precise island hop where if I mess it up, we will crash if I get too much speed. If I don't get too much speed, then we'll be fine. But if I get too much speed, we'll crash. If I get just enough speed, we'll void out. So wish me luck.
Good
I
luck.
hear the nice beeping sound.
Yep. I do have to say something. The lighting in this game is very gorgeous. All right, here we go. Okay, we didn't quite get the void out. Where are we? We're miles away from it. So we'll just chill for a bit. We'll just watch this thing slowly sinks.
At least it's no crash.
Yeah, no rush. We're just chilling, you know. We were close. Maybe another bob of the grapple hook would have made it, but all of that depends on my positioning on the stick. If it's good enough, we'll make it. If it's not too good, then you get less speed. Alright, so this puts us in the boat. So, like I mentioned before, this sets our save flags. So now whenever we save warp, we're going to get put in the boat wherever he is. So if we were to fly away from here at a very ridiculous speed of knots and save warp, then we would get put back in the boat here. He will not teleport with us, and we will not get put anywhere specific. Unless we're close enough to a couple of islands. And this is one of maybe 3 situations we use the sail. Maybe a few more, I can't quite remember. But yeah, for the first hour of the run, even though we bought the sail a good half hour ago, didn't even need it. Now, unfortunately, we do need it. There's a very, very precise way of being able to get into this cutscene. But unfortunately, I'd say TAS only.
Yeah, we solely just use the sail because we have to shoot. Like, otherwise we wouldn't even use it here.
I think we would probably get away almost without it, but it would soft lock us because we do have to be in the boat. And then we would also have to cruise all the way to Bomb Island. Oh gee, it would be very fun. All right, so big fish staring at us. That breath must smell horrendous. But Link doesn't seem very phased. Fun fact, in hero mode, after you complete the game, so it's not actually hero mode because you can just toggle hero mode on and off, but like the extra version of the game after you complete it, all that Hylian text is translated so you can read what he says. He says something like, Waker of the Winds, defeat Ganondorf, legendary hero, blah blah blah. We don't really care, we just want his massive blue orb. And then we leave, see you later, sayonara. Nice meeting you. Better get that bleeding nose checked out. Looks pretty bad.
A bunch of lore about him just seeking shelter, and then we just get her grabbing his orb and running away.
Yep, that's it. Not even a dungeon for this one. Just, here you go. You're welcome. Why couldn't everybody else have done that?
And now Endless Night has ended.
We can see again. Woohoo! And the first thing we're going to do is obviously instantly vacate the boat as soon as we can. By save warping in the water so close to this island, it's just going to put us right on the dock, which is very handy. A nice little feature in some islands. Alright, we're going to a little swim. Just right here. Okay. And
Obviously
we're gonna
to target that one.
absolutely, yeah. I was hoping just a quick look at him, just check. You know, how you doing, buddy? Good, awesome. And this will be the last prawl. So here we go. We have unlocked the third dungeon.
The best dungeon.
Some would say.
Absolutely the best one.
I'd say the most linear dungeon in the entire game because there's about maybe 3 side rooms that you can go to. Other than that, you just go exactly where it is next. But we've got plenty of time for any donations or anything if they're coming through.
Yeah, I got one for you. We've got $20 from Christian Royal. Quick, get the cosplay on before Hyrule notices the princess is missing. Is there even a princess in this Zelda?
Well, you may or may not find out depending on how well I do the cutscene skip.
I'm going to feign like absolute ignorance. I don't know this game well. Please donate to educate me on it. That would be really useful.
So it's a fun little thing that we noticed literally today. So blue, red, green, right? They all have their lines coming out of them. Red's at the top with no red line coming out of it. How could they mess that up? They put the colors in there and you're like, oh, you know where red goes? The other side. They could have put it on any of the other 2. They had a 66% chance of getting it right, and they got it wrong. It's angered me. Anyways. Link survives this, by the way.
A lop. Spraying onto the wall.
Straight down. And then once again, without the sail, here he comes. What did he need the sail for if he's traveling at that speed? That's faster than we go with the sail. He's got little legs under there paddling.
Little flippers.
All right, and here we are, the third dungeon. Woo! Of course, he has to talk to us first.
He has to get a screen time.
Always has to tell us a life story before we do something.
So for some reason, whenever you're like entering this area, even though it's clear in front of you, your boat slows down. So I don't know if this actually speeds you up in any way, but I'm doing it anyways. That was the most depressing jump I've ever seen in my life. All right. The Tower of the Gods.
So normally there's like a bunch of puzzles that you have to do on both sides, basically. But luckily we can just immediately do a roll click here on the side.
Yeah, this is actually like one of the longest dungeons in my opinion, just because like there's a lot that you just have to do, and there's so many cutscenes and everything like that. But if you just go off here, place a bomb, backflip, and leaf. Oh, that did not work. Oh no! Okay, we're good. So as I was saying, if you just go off here, bomb, B, backflip, leaf. You know what? We'll do the old-fashioned way. So let me put this guy here. And we just go boom. Then when we get up here, instead of using a bomb and everything, we can just hold left. Nice and first try. And then we just go up to the top floor.
The best thing about that one with the statue is that you literally just hold left. There's nothing else that you have to do.
It is just left.
It brings back memories, that one. It's one of the oldest tricks, I think.
Yeah, that's one used in SD a very long time ago. I still do it in randomizer because I don't know I'm not very good at the bomb stuff.
Even if I have bombs, I still just do the statue one.
All right, and we've entered the second floor. So once again, linear. So you would just do those puzzles, come up here. There's 3 different paths you can go. It forces you to go into each path individually, where it teaches you about the base mechanics of followers. So this will be our first follower, this little statue dude. So you're supposed to call him, jump up on the top, or go all the way around and have him like follow you around this path. But that's slow. So we're gonna throw him. We can jump up here, and then you have to like lead him around. But if you just do this, you can just pick him up through the ground. Very, very well designed. These 2 enemies, they will give you absolutely no trouble. They'll sort themselves out for you, actually. This guy, you know, they're not the most dangerous enemies in the game.
And then after all that work, we get a nice, very slow walking cutscene.
Just because we were so tired of having to solve that puzzle. And then an even slower... Wow, look at this! Slowly appearing into the view. And then instead of taking the stairs, we're going to look pretty cool. And we're going to learn the first song! This is the command melody. This allows you to brutally manifest the host and take control of them. Woohoo! Alright, and that unlocks door number 2. Once again, slow cutscenes. This is why everybody loves it. It's such a nice, relaxing dungeon that really feels just how much you want to go fast. And it respects that. Alright, so big gap here. This is where we would just use the command melody we got. But that's slow because there's a cutscene every time you play a song. So instead, we're going to do a fun little lineup. I'm not going to say the name of the trick because I don't remember. There are multiple different variations of this trick. But this variation I do is pretty easy. So if you just line your foot up here and side hop 3 times, then you just land over the other side. And then now we want to get the bow. Very useful, kind of required to complete the dungeon, considering the boss can only be hurt by the bow. So let's go. And this guy is portrayed as a very tough individual. We don't even have a shield, we've got 4 hearts. Look at the size of this guy's sword.
They don't even have a hat on. How are you going to protect your soft head?
How am I going to protect my soft head? Well...
We are with basically a butter knife.
Like that. So a fun little fact about that guy is if you damage his shield and then break it off, like his armor, and then break it off, his health stays the same. If I was to keep attacking that shield, then when it breaks, his health would regen back to full. But because of breaking it and then smacking it from the back, it's just a nice little jump / quick spin that will erase his existence. Ganondorf's best guardian. Well, actually, it's not even Ganondorf. Hylia's best guardian. Because this isn't really a Ganondorf dungeon. This is to test your mettle as a hero. And that was the best they could come up with. Whoa! Okay, we're good. Don't worry about it. Optimal, that's what that was. If we can... Oh.
Just wait. So as you can see there with the bow, that's another first-person item, so that's just like a couple of those that we'll get later. Also allows for item slides.
Once again, the fastest cutscene I've ever seen.
Almost there.
Oh, there we go. My man. And he unlocks the third door for us. What a kind individual. Truly a gentleman of class. Or gentlewoman. I have done Dungeon 1 and Dungeon 2. This is Dungeon 3. Alright, so now we've got this key, we're going to jump to our demise because it's the next most reasonable solution. And we're going to pray to RNG that these keys do not proceed to ruin my day. Please, please, please. Thank you.
Keys inside.
We're not done yet. Okay. Okay. Great, this is... Oh, okay, we're good. Don't worry about it. And then we have this really difficult puzzle. You have to, like, go through these laser beams by leafing over them. With enough speed, you can just go through them. Most of the time, you don't even get damaged if you have enough speed. You just pass them in one frame. You don't even touch the damage hitbox. And once again, we're supposed to use command melody and then get this guy to run through and disable them, but, you know, don't need to do that.
Curious how little speed you need to actually go through those layers.
And then we get... This is the first introduction of a Wizrobe in this game. And it's the most anticlimactic fight because he dies instantly. Not even a mini-boss or anything. He's a magical sorcerer. You know, is a mini-boss in a lot of other Zelda games. Pretty difficult to defeat. 4 slashes and he's gone. First time you've seen him, not even a grand introduction. It's just, hello, I'm in the middle of this random dungeon that I don't fit in.
He's got a really cool design in this game as well. A lot of the enemies in this game are really, really well designed.
Absolutely.
I mean,
even the
looks
SD, you know,
them,
it's
yeah.
just... The remaster has really made them even more gorgeous, but even in SD, it's just perfect. Perfect. Whew, my god, dude. Slow day at the office.
This time.
Needs a coffee.
He really does need a coffee. Well, I mean, it's, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning. I think my man's done for the day.
Power of friendship time.
Power of friendship, power range creates the warp up to the top. Once again, we don't use stairs, and we try and hop as far into the middle as possible so Link doesn't have to walk very far. And then the most pointless boss key puzzle in the entire game, as you said earlier. Most boss keys are hidden and locked away behind somewhere, but you have to get this one to even get to the boss door. You don't even get to see what the boss door looks like without the boss key. And you're supposed to place statues on those things, but we're just gonna see them here instead. Great.
Yeah, this would have worked exactly the same if it wasn't for the boss key.
Alright, and just before the boss, we've got some time for any donation.
Yeah, obviously. We got $5 from the Gyron. Says, he's not the guy, I am the guy. The real guy. And I say we meet this donation incentive. We can play to our budgets and cover our debts. And together we can accomplish anything. And we will accomplish everything. Now let's meet this donation incentive. Who's with me, crowd? Cake! Zelda cosplay.
I think they're into it. I think they want it.
That took us to $125 away from the incentive getting met. It's practically done. It's just someone just kick it in the back of the net and we can move on.
Alright, so this boss fight. 2 hands and a massive face. Each of them takes 2 arrows. I personally would probably only take 1 arrow to the eye before I decide to close my eye, but he's a bit stronger. We're going to see if we can get some 1 cycles. If we even get 1, it's going to be impressive. So, we'll see. Great. Fantastic. Great. Yeah, there we go. So normally what he does is he'll like have an invulnerability frame where he'll... Oh, that was pretty nice RNG. So he'll do like an attack. That hand is upsetting. So he'll do that attack like after you destroy an eye, and he'll have a bit of invulnerability, but if you do it pretty well, then you're good.
Luckily that attack also just cancels if you go underneath the head. You don't even have to deal with it.
And we get slimy arrows from his nose, hell yeah. And then we're just gonna finish this fight with target, I think. Uh-oh. Alright, and that's the boss down. So, this... Thank you. This is where the rule at the beginning of only having to touch the boss orb comes in. So if we were to enter this boss orb straight away, what happens is we go up to the bell tower, and then we have to go down to Hyrule 1, get the Master Sword sorted out, come back up, go to FF2, go down to Hyrule 2, do all Hyrule 2 stuff. So instead, what we can do is we can use pause storage to save open the exact frame that we touch this without entering the cutscene, but still technically we will have touched the cutscene and it will not be here anymore when we finish. And you'll notice that when, after I do this setup, the UI will be gone. So let's hope I get this. One side hub. Two side hub. 1, 2, 3. Swap to my lovely Pro Controller that cost me way too much money. And hope. So if I change this, there should be no UI in the corner. Excellent. So that saved us about 25 minutes. And then if we have a donation.
Yeah, we got $50 for Clam's favorite uncle. Zelda cosplay, question mark. Yes, please. It's what I've been waiting for. That's $75 left. We can do this. It's going to happen.
The funny thing about that is that actually is my uncle. All right, well, anyways, with that, I think it's time for a break while we sail.
Time.
All right, well, as easy as that, as if no time at all had passed. We're finished with literally like the only sailing section properly in the entire game. Very, very exciting. I'm sure you all loved that as much as we did. All right, so we want to go to the other corner of the map here. We want to enter Hyrule. Now, Hyrule is separated off into 3 different instances. So there's Hyrule 1, which is what we just skipped. Hyrule 2, which is where we're going. So Hyrule 2 has not got the tons of enemies that Hyrule 1 has, but it still has like the ability to do loads of movement around there. Hyrule 1 is a bit of an issue, so we're gonna go here. Now, we didn't quite have enough speed, so we're just going to go and gather a little bit more in a nearby island. And there's Forsaken Fortress. Make sure we load it in. There we go.
Splash on it this time.
Didn't splash on it this time. Practice is clearly paid off. Okay, I don't know where I am. Bit too far in. All right, we're going to maneuver around this place, and we're going to do another cutscene skip by doing a special little door clip.
So here you would normally have to get the hammer, which would mean killing Phantom Ganon, but need the Master Sword for that.
We are about to solve that problem, though. That's also scary. If I miss this ledge, the game crashes. Last time I saved was all the way back at that very exciting sailing section. I'm sure nobody else wants that.
You just go so far out of bounds that the game just can't handle it. It immediately crashes.
All right, got a little bit of time for a donation while we quickly do this last bit.
We've got $25 from Anonymous Zelda cosplay. We've got $20 from Benjamin's Clam. Why not slip out of that hoodie and into something a bit more comfortable? I don't know if you have anything else in mind. Also, shout out to Smokey. Can't wait to see your Resident Evil speedrun tomorrow. I have news! Wait, it's not met, by the way. It's not that news yet. It's 970 out of 1,000. We're $30 off, but we've just matched the donation total for ESM November 2018. Let's keep going. Woo!
All right, so what I'm doing here is, this is the same door in FF1 that I did like that stupid roll clip pause thing into. But instead, we can run into it and clip through it because, for some reason, underneath this door is another door. Just a tiny little door that's just sitting there in the collision, and we land and we jump and land on it. And that allows us to do that using very precise positioning and speed and stupid angles and everything. And then we get to do a cutscene skip, and we come on to the hardest boss in the entire game. So we will be finished with him abruptly in 24 seconds.
Yeah, so for some reason that door isn't in FF1, so that's a lot more tedious to do it on that one.
I said it's more weird that that door is in FF2.
True.
There's just a little door sitting under there. So we're going to run up to the boss platform. Well. Oh. Okay, we're gonna say hello to him. Let's say hello. Hello.
You can smack Dime in the face.
There we go. So we're just gonna go out of bounds and completely skip this guy. We used to think that the way to have to get out of bounds there was either a roll clip or having really low health and then you'll slide out. We thought that was the only way, so you had to damage down on him and also but turns out we found out that you can in fact just hold down and you will clip out. And then for some reason Ganondorf has left his clothes, a Master Sword, and a shield just sitting by his door. So we picked all them up because we were like, hey, that's a big sword. So you'll see, and we know who this guy is because we saw the cutscene. It's Ganondorf. And look, we've got a shield, sword, and we're in green.
King of Resilience has told us all about him.
We have heard everything there is to know about this man. And he's like, where did you get that? As if he didn't leave it lying against his door. Unfortunately, we have a little surprise. That's it, Ganondorf's dead. GG time! No, I'm kidding. It's a toy sword! Yeah, he likes to play with a Master Sword in his spare time, so he bought an inflatable off of Wish.com. So yeah, the reason we have the Master Sword here, which is actually pretty handy, when you go in here, the Master Sword checks if you have... Oh, not the Master Sword. The Master Sword doesn't do anything. The game checks if you have the Master Sword. And it's like, oh, you don't have a Master Sword. Let's just give it to you. Do you have a shield? No? Ah, we'll give you the shield as well. And then for the clothes, they're like, oh, you're supposed to be in green here. Green.
Who's that?
I don't know. Never seen her before in my life. Anyways, donations?
$30. Christian Royal again. Get that dress. Have fun, Clam, and pause. That is towards the Zelda cosplay, which is now being met. Woo! Coming to a Zelda run near you. Clam in full Zelda cosplay. Now, you thought I was on your side, Clam, and believe me, we fought hard for this. However, we do still have like an hour left of this run. Did you know there's a Castlevania incentive coming at 7:30 tonight? It's currently at $285 out of $1,000. Why not make that one too?
Pretty good for 3 o'clock in the morning, I think. We've still got well over 15 hours before that run happens. I'm sure they'll meet it. Sounds pretty exciting. Obviously, Zelda cosplay, more exciting, but all of these incentives, fantastic. So yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be a very exciting surprise whenever we figure out which Zelda run it's going to be in. I'm sure it'll be a surprise for the runner as well when I rock up wearing the cosplay. All right, so Tetra has, this random girl has been KO'd by Ganon, unfortunately. Absolutely floored. Link seems concerned for this person he's just met. I wouldn't be. I'd be just tossing her overboard and getting on with it. She just seems like extra weight for a boat who only has a one sail. But yeah, we're gonna take her down into Hyrule. Like I said, Hyrule 2. As the big dragon that we saved earlier, and once again the bird people have just come to our rescue.
I mean, she popped up randomly at Ganondorf. We might as well just take her with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she knows what Ganondorf is. We can't let her live anymore,
True.
She knows what's going on. She might be one of Ganondorf's cronies. She's alive. Link,
So disappointed.
Link in a very flirty-looking pose there. Where's the magical stone? This time there's a man speaking through it. And then, so this is Hyrule Castle. Big castle under the sea. We're not going to enter through the front door, though. We're going to enter through the back door so they don't see us coming. So, quick little item slide through the castle.
Straight into it.
Just wanted to showcase off what the barrier looks like, so we'll be skipping that later. So as I was saying, quick little detour through the castle to go in through the back door. The back door is important because it saves us about 15 or so seconds from a cutscene that we get if we enter through the front. And then we're going to do another cutscene skip. So there's a cutscene right in front of me here, but if we enter the loading zone from behind, we don't touch the cutscene. So we're going to set up pause storage here after rubbing our backs against the wall. He's just a little bit itchy. So jump slash 1, 2, and I think it's 3. I don't quite remember. There's a lot of pause storages here, so we might be in for a 4-minute long cutscene. And okay. So I don't want to stop. I don't want to change it here. If I change it here, then bad stuff happens. But I can change it here, and we get to skip this cutscene. So we'll never know what was in this cutscene. Unfortunate, huh? But that also saves about like 6 minutes. Worth it. Worth.
At least we won't get all those spoilers,
Exactly,
There's a lot of spoilers in that
Yeah.
cutscene.
And then something really exciting here. We've got the Master Sword on our back, but anyways.
Oh, that's just a toy Master Sword that's stuck in there.
Yeah, we just swapped our toy one for the real one. Fun fact, if I was to go near that Master Sword, I would crash.
You did get
All right.
that time.
I know, I don't know what it is. There's like a weird quick get up. Okay, so everybody who knows anything about Wind Waker knows the barrier. However, it used to be a perfectly pixel-perfect setup. There is, what percentage did we find? 0.02% of a circle or something like that? So if you were to draw a circle, put a line through it with a pencil, the amount of angles that we have is thinner than that line. We lined up with pixels. Loads of people put in so much work to figure out how this barrier works. Recently, well, I'll show you just how good it can be. So if you just go boop. As I was saying, if you just go boop, then you just go through the barrier. Hundreds of thousands, probably thousands of hours of work going into these pixel perfect setups, when really the real angle we had was the friends we made all along the way or something. I don't know. Anyways, one of the most prolific Zelda speedrunning tricks of all time. Now merely a laughing stock. How sad is that?
It's pretty amazing how that, and not just that, but like so many of these tricks have evolved over time. You know, it's so much technology, improvement, enhancement goes into these games.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it starts off with people messing around until eventually like, oh wait, hang on a second, what was that? And then it evolves into things. So item sliding was found by accident because the gamepad's dead zones are so garbage. Somebody accidentally did an item slide while just walking, and then they had to stick to neutral. And then from then on, now look at us.
And then quite often there's a kind of the moment where everyone's like, how has nobody tried that? And there's something very, like the Helmer King.
Mm-hmm. Or even just a shield turn left for barrier skip. It's as simple as that sometimes. It's the perfect angle. I'm pretty sure it's like bang in the middle of the angles that we need as well. It's absolutely ridiculous, but boy am I glad it's here now because I've lost a lot of runs to barrier skip.
So those trials are optional.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first room.
We haven't fought all the bosses yet, so we're not legally allowed to complete them. And then instead of using the boomerang here, we're going to shoot it. That's pretty difficult, actually. I'm missed to go that first try. And here he comes! Yeah!
The text box machine.
The text box machine. The man with the driest mouth you've ever seen. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to go get the light arrows. And by consequence, also fire and ice arrows. For some reason, whenever you get light arrows, it gives you fire and ice and the bow if you don't have it, but just no arrows. Because we've already got the bow, we can get arrows. Whereas a lot of other things don't really work like that. You know, they're more progressive.
This is a puzzle where you can just skip it if you already know the answers.
So the way you're supposed to kill Phantom Ganon every time he lands, and then the way that his sword falls is the door that you go through. Or if you just remember this, back, left, forward, left, right, forward. All right. Good RNG. Let's play tennis. He's not very good at tennis. Definitely not as good as Ocarina of Time Ganondorf. That's why we got the bottle just.
There's 3 spawns you can get that with a Phantom Ganon. There's a circle around you. There's one blue ball and a red ball. And blue ball is at this spot it's the best RNG.
Yeah, you cannot get a circle around you in this room, so.
Oh, you can't even. Oh.
No. So blue ball is the best one. But in here, hopefully he'll appear right behind us. So he will always, if he spawns in a circle, he will always be the one directly behind. Like so. So he is this one. Normally what happens is they all attack as you roll out, and then they all disappear apart from him. That's when you get to shoot him. But he's always directly behind you. And then, thankfully enough, he leaves his sword, which destroys this wall. Luckily enough, like, that's absolutely crazy. And with this, we proceed to use the most powerful weapon in any Zelda game against these poor creatures. Oh.
Don't know what hit him.
He had no idea what was happening.
Evaporated.
Crash? Okay.
Toughest enemy in the game.
Toughest enemy in the game, by the way.
Oh, wow, you hit that button as well with the light arrow.
I know, look at that. That's what you call efficiency. Alright, so this would be entering the second last boss. We're going to try and skip his cutscene by going out of bounds. But we don't actually care about fighting him right now. We just want to get the cutscene. Alright, so... Ooh, okay. This wall has a massive tendency to just push you back in bounds. I'm going to take it a little bit easy. Alright, let's sort this, and let's hope we get the frame perfect side hop. If not, we're watching a cutscene. We didn't get it. Alright, we're watching a cutscene! So this cutscene, as you can see, we have a glowing sword and a blue shield. Once again, this is a situation where the game's like, so you should have these. Do you have it? No? Here you go. A mirror shield, you should have it. Do you have it? Here you go. And as you can see as well, I didn't even mention this, but after that cutscene where Link got put in green, his clothes got stripped away from him and straight back to his pajamas. It was just so he could face Ganondorf if he wore green.
Who's that?
No idea. Yeah, so that's someone. I'd say they look probably royalty-like. And that's Ganondorf, obviously. So this guy's going kind of insane. He's just saying water, 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 water everywhere. And then you get probably one of the most gruesome cutscenes of all time. As this guy is not actually Ganon. Among Us? Did somebody mention Among Us? Here we go.
What a beautiful smile.
Such pearly whites. Anyways, who needs shoulders anyways?
This is a kid's game, by the way.
Kid's game, by the way, yeah. Also, after all of that, he turns into this. Like, a little bit anticlimactic in my opinion. Yeah, so, we could defeat him now, but don't really feel like that. Okay, that's some really exciting noise. So we're just gonna, like, you know, get out of here. We'll deal with this guy later. Well, we won't actually deal with him, we'll just suffer. Okay.
Gonna say hi to our good friend with us soon.
Yeah. We're gonna have a quick little visit to our good friend at the boat. And you'll never guess what we have to do before we can board him. Talk to him. Alright, so the main reason we get that now is for the mirror shield. Fully charged Master Sword doesn't really matter. If anything, it actually makes it a bit more difficult because we can soft lock pretty easily later on. But mirror shield is the big one. It allows us to skip basically the entire first half of the temple that gives us the mirror shield. We don't have to get the mirror shield. If we did, I think it just removes it from you. I don't actually remember. I think it's, I'm not 100% certain. I have in the back of my mind that it just removes it. Right, so now we can go to this guy. So I thought we killed this guy. Did I not shoot this guy?
Yeah, you did, but maybe that's his brother? Oh,
Maybe his brother?
Oh, man's going
Yeah,
back for
maybe.
revenge.
He's back for revenge. So, there is a one cycle you can do here. I've never done it before in my life. Let's get it. What? Okay, we're not getting it. I don't know why he did a... I don't know why he did a backflip or like a parry and just missed him. But okay, whatever. Alright, so that was him. And he gives us a hammer. So the reason we couldn't fight him before is because we needed the Master Sword, and we only got the Master Sword in the cutscene that took us down to Hyrule. So now we have the Master Sword. We can actually hit him. The Hero Sword does nothing. Which is pretty depressing.
Good thing about the hammer is that just like the bombs, it allows you to just grab it out and then keep your speed from item slides and just go straight forward. Except you have basically infinite uses, unlike the bombs.
Basically, as if it would ever, like, your hammer breaks. You do have infinite uses. Alright, so that'll be shown off here. We'll clip through this one and go here, and now we need to go grab a couple of special items for our last two dungeons. So, an item slide against this and hammer to conserve my speed. Nothing of it. But it's fine. That's Tingle Island, that's Tower of the Gods. We're going this way. Splooshable. The most splooshable island in the entire game, but we're just going to go flying right in there. If I had a bit more speed, you can get in there before it loads and void out. But because I didn't, we're going to have to save. That's fine, though. Don't worry about it. So this is another one of those islands you land close enough to if you save warp next to it. So I didn't just go back to Forsaken Fortress.
Yeah, luckily the light arrows is just a straight up upgrade to the max bow. Otherwise it would be very hard to get through these islands without the light.
Guys, just checking me out. Hello, sir. Goodbye. All right, we're just gonna quickly maneuver our way up here, skipping every possible challenge. 1,
Doesn't care
2,
about you anymore.
3.
Oh.
Oh, no, he's back. Unlucky, buddy. All right, and instead of doing the puzzle in this room, we're just gonna run through the wall.
So you may have noticed when Clam entered, used the leaf. In this game, if there's a loading zone and you use the leaf, it doesn't matter how high up you are above the loading zone, it will just immediately trigger. Useful to save a bit of time.
Only on some. It depends on the loading zone, but yeah, a lot of them, like, into holes and burrows and stuff. So I think we might be able to open this chest from the top. I don't know, let's see. Nope, just stand there looking like an idiot. And this is the power bracelet. So this turns Link into a god. For some reason. The Super Braciali. Apologies to any Italians out there. And now we got them. Step. Now, you might have noticed that we're on an island in the middle of nowhere, and we can't control the wind. The sail's pretty garbage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find our way to Dragon Roost, and by doing that, we're gonna run into this wall until it flings us to Dragon Roost. Voila. So some walls with enough negative speed, it will clip you at a certain speed. So this one, funnily enough, is exactly enough where you will land within the Dragon Roost quadrant. Other ones, you'll see another one soon enough that you need to be a bit more precise with.
Perfect for stuff like that because islands like that you can't really super swim off of because there's no like good ledge or whatever. So you actually have to do that. There's no real good other way.
Absolutely. All right, so another pause storage. Skip a little cutscene here. We're going to get one of the 2 songs that we need to awaken the sages. Okay. So we're just going to 2 rolls. And just pull out our Wind Waker and play the song. Now, thank God I know the songs. If not, then this might be pretty difficult. You're looking at my head because you've forgotten the songs. Now, I need to make sure I change at a very specific time, which is here. If I was to change after this and close that text box that you see appearing, what will happen is, I think, I'm not 100% certain, but I believe it gives you the flag during that text box. When you close it, you get rid of the flag, and then it gives you the flag again at the end of the little cutscene, which is pretty dumb in my opinion. You know, needs must. Nope. That's why these islands are... okay. So, an annoying thing in this game is water RNG. That's a sploosh island. Good. Water RNG. So the water rises and lowers in kind of patterns, but it can be quite random sometimes. So with islands like those, they have a very, very shallow edge when the tide is at its lowest. We just have to make sure that we're careful there. Alright, so what we've got now is we're going to get another pause storage skip. This time, we're actually going to use the grapple hook and everything completely blind. And we're going to grab some magic too. So we're going to be just going over to Medley, basically, blind, and activating her as a sage, and then just while she's in her big transformation era. Alright, so a couple of I'll just do it. Oh, I have the bow out. That's not good. I can't change that. Alright, grapple hook out. Let's try it again.
At least it's a quickly reset, honestly.
Uh,
Pretty good.
yeah, okay. As long as I get it first try. Pause. 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 Yeah. Alright. Let's do it for real this time. I was just kidding with the last one. Okay, we're at Medley. That's fine. Survived. So when she laughs, it's 3 more text boxes, and then I pull out the Wind Waker, and it's 3 text boxes, and then we... So... 1, 2, 3. Awesome!
So that's just like the Forest Haven one. It's that whole section is completely blind. It's completely based on sound.
Yeah. I see exactly what you guys see. Even on my gamepad, it doesn't show anything. Okay, so we now have recruited Medley. Save a little bit of time from the song. It probably was still faster doing that, even with the fail. And then, let's go grab the other song. Might as well. So you'll see on the boat for a fleeting second that Medley is there. Maybe. There you go. Okay, bye.
They'll make their way over here somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find their way. He's got to sail somewhere. Alright, we'll skip this cutscene exactly the same way we did the other song one. Nice. I bet that's not going to make it. Oh, it did. Okay. We learned this song. Going pretty well so far. Alright, once again we have to save over at the correct time. Which is... there. If I have messed my menuing up or something and like I press the wrong button, that's it, you know, it's over. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Ice Ring Isle, which is probably like the most splooshable isle in the entire game. But we're not gonna sploosh on it. Instead, gonna do some magic tricks. So like I said before, if you come in at certain angles to islands, it won't sploosh on them. So fingers crossed. Frozen Link hair. That was the most. And once again, he's making out with Medley and he's talking to us. He just really has to let us know about the Triforce. Get all up in Medley's grill right now. Okay. Fire arrow. And we'll get the iron boots from here, which are basically boots that stop you from slipping on ice. They let you push heavy switches. They make you really slow. You don't get pushed by wind. They make you really slow. They make you super slow. So, I'm gonna ignore this treasure. Everybody in the Wind Waker community will be telling me not to roll on this ice, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I'm just that cool. If you roll on ice, there's a very high chance that you just will fall off instead of jumping, because it makes so much sense. And then there's a really, really difficult puzzle in here. You know, there's like a slide with keys and everything, that we've really got to just make sure that it's, you know, we traverse it perfectly in the blink of an eye almost.
Almost feel it. That was really tough.
Almost as if I didn't even do the puzzle. You know, all right, there we are. Okay, now we may have to do a second MSS here if I have a bad angle. So I have to do another one of those island hop clips that clip me into an island. But It's very precise. I need to turn gyro off for it. It's that precise. One time I landed directly in the island. Pretty sick. And that's it. So let's hope for the best.
Nice.
Perfect. If I had my splits, that would be a gold. Alright, and let's enter the second last dungeon of the game. These last two dungeons are very quick. As soon as we enter this one, it's about 10 minutes for this dungeon, and then it really isn't much longer after that.
Yeah, average are going pretty well on this one.
It's gone pretty good so far. I can't think of like a massive error. Even MSS was good, you know.
Crash Escape was like 5th try or something, and it wasn't too bad.
That's what skip happened eventually. Yeah, sure.
Nice song.
Thank you. Alright, now this is a dungeon that if you do it, if you know how to do it, which I used to, before I decided to stop playing the game for like a year, you can go through this entire dungeon after this section without using Medley at all. Unfortunately, I will be using Medley, because without Medley, or Medley-less, is ridiculously specific on magic. If you make maybe 2 mistakes, depending on how big they are, you can't finish. You have to like reset the dungeon.
So now we're putting all the practice into our the gods to use finally. With all the statue walking around.
All that statue and command melody, and we finally get to use another follower. Oh, okay. See you later. Bye. The way she goes.
Just run out.
Alright, let's try that one again. She was eager to get out of there. So I just ran a little bit too far there. Alright. Should be here right behind us. I'm just gonna toss her over in this vague direction.
A good thing about those followers is if you make them follow you, and then go through a door as quickly as possible, then they'll, even if they're really far away, they'll still follow you through the door.
As long as you don't like grab a ledge or you get somewhere where they're like, oh, I can't reach you, even though they both have wings.
Well,
then, yeah, they'll follow you through.
Makar doesn't have wings.
Well, he's got a leaf propeller. I'd say it's the closest he can get to a wings as an onion. All right, so let's jump on the fire. Miraculously doesn't hurt you. And let's kill some chews. Not that one, apparently. And then these black ones, normally you have to use like the mirror shield or, well, the light. But because we have light arrows, death occurs everywhere we go. Okay, nice. Just trying to get magic because I really need to make sure I have magic. The arrows will do. Right. So instead of going to the left, getting a key, or going to the right, getting a key, going to the left and doing stuff and getting the mirror shield, instead, because we have the mirror shield, we can just, you know, use the mirror shield, funnily enough. So that's what we're gonna do. This is Medley's special ability. She can shine light in a direction. Amazing. God forbid her ukulele harp thing ever get dirty. Her one useful thing is gone. If I hop down these stairs, break. Oh! Whoa!
Throw her again.
Yeah, just showing her who's boss.
Luckily, we already have the mirror shield here as well. That skips like half of the entire dungeon.
Alright, and these guys are chasing us, but they just want to vibe out to a cool song and then they'll calm down. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Oh my goodness, it's flown by. Would you agree?
Hell yeah.
Yes. It's gone quick.
Thank
like a
you.
speedrun.
I like the speedrun. It's crazy. Right, we've got plenty of magic, we've got plenty of bombs, we've got plenty of enthusiasm. Let's get this trick first try because it kind of sucks.
We've got a can-do attitude.
That's the one. This guy's gonna look at us for a sec, wondering what's going on over here. Hello. Oh, I don't think your face is supposed to do that. Alright, see you later, buddy. Okay. These grabbing hands, they're not gonna grab us out of the air. They're too busy focusing on the rocks rather than, you know, what Ganondorf instructed them to do, which was to, kidnap us. And then, normally you go into this room, you pull the light, you go into the other room, get a key, and then you come back here. But instead, we're just gonna do a nice little leaf trick and open up that mirror using the leaf. And then, because going all the way around for a key is pretty slow, we're just gonna do a fun little clip here. Oh, frame perfect, by the way, don't blame me. Oh. So we get a few attempts at this. Oh, okay, I'm way too early. I gotta do it a little bit later. Okay. So Medley's just chilling there, no idea what's going on behind her. Early again. I'm choking. Okay.
Oh, the other rock clips went pretty well, and then this one just...
There we go. And then I want to land right in here, so I can pick up Medley through the wall, and away we go. First try. Okay. And then there's a handy little magic spawn here, so we'll just pick that up and be on our way. Okay, thank you. Now, we're about to do the boss key skip. Once again, what are boss keys? And after this boss, we have a potential to softlock the entire run if I save and quit. So I do have a backup prepared, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll be good. The backup puts me basically about part way through the next dungeon, so it skips a little bit. But it's not too bad. The reason for that is because we have the fully charged Master Sword. When we defeat this boss, it gives us the half-charged Master Sword, and then that means Makar, who's the little onion boy, is safe and sound where he's supposed to be because it thinks we've done things in the correct order. Okay? Whereas in reality, if we have the fully charged Master Sword, Makar thinks, oh, okay, I should be in the boss room, right? So he goes to the boss room and then we can't get him back again. Tragic, I know. Oh, okay.
I think there's no one to grab the torch right now, or like the basket.
Oh, I don't have any more arrows. Well, I do have arrows, but This isn't even the hard part of the trick. There we go. Pick that up. Okay, so a little setup using frame perfect turns and stuff. Uh-oh. And another roll clip. First try.
First try.
Straight into the boss.
Very cool boss fight, this one.
Normally, you're supposed to use the mirror shield. However, for some reason, this is like one of the only bosses light arrows work at. Funnily enough, the other boss that light arrows work at is Goma. However, every time you shoot her with a light arrow, she gains 1 health. So, in order to kill her with light arrows, you have to shoot her about like a few 100,000 times so that she gets so high health that it goes to -1. I don't recommend doing that one with light arrows. Now this one, nice and easy.
I think we agreed in practice that this is the cutest boss.
I'd say Calidemos. Thank you very much. I think
yeah.
you said, oh, this is the cutest boss, isn't it?
No, then you listed all the bosses. You're like, oh yeah, there's not many bosses in this game.
Yeah, but like Calidemos is like, well, fucking white guy, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Look at the little white guy.
He's kind of cute.
He is. Like, I mean, okay, not the bulb, right? But him himself.
Yeah.
He's like a cute little black guy. Alright, third one, hopefully. Presuming I can kill all the ghosts. Oh my god, there's so many ghosts left. Oh no. My face went
One
forward
more
cycle. Bet it's still gonna fire my fire arrow as well, isn't it? Oh, okay.
Single guy is gonna pop out.
Alright, there we go. That's fine. And that's Jelhala defeated. One dungeon to go. Alright, so as I said before, when we enter this, our glowing Master Sword is just going to go to a sad Master Sword with no yellow gem and no light around it. And if we save warp, Master Sword gets reverted back to its fully charged, and Makar, poof. So we need to do everything we can with Makar that we need to do with Makar before ultimately sending Makar to his demise. But first, cutscene. Somehow Medley wakes her way here anyways. Running as fast as she possibly can to get out the middle.
She's supposed to be like 4 rooms back or something, and she just somehow made her way back here.
I mean, we cleared the way. I don't know how she got through the boss door.
Who knows, maybe she can item slide with their heart.
Maybe. Another banger.
She uses her harp in first person mode.
Exactly.
Who's that?
Oh. Fish.
That's lore.
Nice and peaceful.
Gonna sneak into the jam session.
Wow, that beautiful melody has made the Master Sword worse than it previously was. Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. Pow! Hell yeah.
There's an angry look on his face because he got downgraded. So mad.
The fish is gone after that song. I was like, okay, cool. See you later. Go enjoy for the rest of their life. All right.
One more dungeon to go.
Absolutely. Gonna make it there first. Let's swim across the entire map. I cannot begin to tell. Oh, we have to pick up the the onion first. Oh well, back across the map we go. That will not make it, but I'll go diagnose this. Alright, so I actually swam to the wrong location. But it's all good. This is the correct one. Uh-oh. Okay, we're fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, so you see little musical notes there. If I had save warped at any point, those would be gone. Hello, Makar. Ooh! I don't have a piano, but I have a stick that glows. Makar has officially awakened. Who's that guy?
We're getting rid of Makar.
Makar's gone!
He
So
he just walked off.
Instead of specially bonding with his sage just overtakes him and consumes his mortal soul, his mortal form.
The applause.
Here he comes. Onion Man. Alright, King of Red Lions, time to vacate you immediately. Let's go pay our best friend Beetle a visit. After slamming our head against his door to make sure he's in. Hello, Beetle. See you later. So this is just so that the ship moves, because we need something to item slide off of here. So Beetle's hard-earned ship is what we're going for. Well, give this a shot. Awesome.
Nice, that was really good.
Thanks. Now we want to go here. There we go, cutscene. All right, and this is the final dungeon.
Oh, it's staring off into space
Yeah.
again.
Boat's wondering what else he could have been. What else there is to life. And then the best thing about this is we get to roll 3 times. We have to wait for Makar to waddle his way all the way over there.
He's trying his best. His small little legs.
Bless him.
Poor guy. Anyways, teleport. Alright, and we enter the dungeon. So, in this dungeon, we use Makar twice, and then we send him off to the void. That is all he is used for. He's used to enter the dungeon, and then use twice in the dungeon. That is it. Oh, yeah, donk donk. Yeah, thanks, Makar. I have plans for you, my child. Alright, first things first. Let's bring him with us. Boing. Let's not bring him with us, I guess. Quiz rope's about to ruin my day. Makar, what are you saying? Get back over here. Right, so magically we enter this door. Look who's behind us. Almost as if he could do it by himself this entire time. Alright, situation 1 where you have to use Makar. His special ability is so fantastic. He can do this. Wow. He makes trees.
That's actually really cool. That's way cooler than being able to hold up a harp.
I mean, yeah, the speed at which these trees grows is pretty
I
phenomenal.
wish I could do that.
Not really useful as well. You can.
I mean, I guess you could, but you'd have to wait quite a while after you plant it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And just like before, he can also fly.
With his wings.
His wings, yeah. And then this is the last thing we need to use him for.
So far away. I wonder what will happen to him.
He's so far away, I'm sure he'll make it back to Link nice and safe, right?
Get to see his third ability,
His
Oh, no.
third ability.
being caught.
Oh well. Anyways,
What a shame.
So let's open up this warp pot nice and early, just because, you know, it'd be nice to be able to traverse the dungeon. The well-fired fire arrow. Thank you for the very loud noise in my ear. Okay, we're gonna do this again then, are we? Me and this bridge have a lot of problems together. We need to go to marriage therapy. I just love listening to how the wind sounds. There we go. Alright, we need a little bit of magic. If they could drop magic, that'd be nice. We can... I'll get magic. Better safe than sorry.
So these doors in this dungeon are amazing because they're like just barely sticking out of the wall. So if you actually just roll off them on the side, you'll immediately start sticking into the wall a bit, which is enough for a roll clip.
As you will see, right here. And now we're going to be very careful here. Going to take this at just the right angle. Perfect. All right. Once again, strongest enemies in the game, by the way. A very genuinely terrifying room if you don't have light arrows. Anyways, boss key. And we'll be save warping, so we got some time for any donations if anything's come in. It's been a wee while.
Hey, yeah, it's me again. It's been a while. We've got $5 from me. No comment, but just thought I'd remind you that you can donate because it's a really good cause and you should probably do that. This is going to the Castlevania incentive to play whip only. It's at the... Oh, I've forgotten. Oh, goodness me. It's 290 out of 1,000. It's happening tonight. It's pretty good. We've got $5 from Lador. It says, hello, Clam. I'm here to cheer you on. And totally not because Taco's holding me hostage. Love the commentary from you guys. Keep it up and kick Alzheimer's butt. Thank you so much, Lador. Thank you, me. That is going to the name the character for Fire Emblem, many % Nitro. Woo! Donations and stuff help us raise money for charity.
I personally do not condone any kidnapping. But if it's for charity, you know.
You seem fine with Makar being kidnapped.
I mean, you got me.
We've got the glowy sword back now.
Yeah, we have the glowy sword back now because we save warped. So now Makar is gone. He is not in prison. He's been taken even further. And once again, fun thing about mini bosses is that they're instanced, and you can just enter them. Get through the wall. Pretty nice.
Another very good use of those tiny doors.
Yeah.
Fun guy.
Real knee slapper, that one.
Oh, hello. A little bit personal there, but okay. Alright, mini boss done. And this gives us the hook shot. Only really useful for the boss and the final bit. That's the wrong one. No, it's the right one. This is the correct one as well. And then we can just hit this switch like this. Because that's how hammers works, right? I don't know. I don't do DIY. Yep. I'm personally making sure Link gets a concussion.
Quick bonk for the RNG.
Alright, and then once again, we don't like doing puzzles here. That makes us think too much. So... There we go. Oldest trick in the book.
You know the Iron Boots one?
I do
Where
not.
you like
Oh, yeah,
break
yeah,
each
yeah.
hole and then immediately side hop.
Yeah, you can break each one and then side hop immediately to skip them.
Very cheeky.
And then here's a funny little funky bit of collision.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, man. I normally go through walls whenever I hook shot a target on them.
Is that switch the only reason you need the iron boots this run?
I completely forgot about that. That was a bit crazy. Okay, guys. And the other one in the main room.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so this songstone, we don't need Makar for it. You can just slide behind it. And then you don't even need to item slide here, you can just roll. Get past it. It's pretty great. Oh, now for the best boss music in the entire game. You wonder where Makar went? I'll show you exactly where Makar went. There he is! He shows up! You can see him.
He's happy. He's playing his little song.
Got out of his jail
chilling.
just to follow his dreams.
Hell yeah. Hello, musician. Oh god. I hope a massive snake doesn't just come out of the sand and you know, devour him.
For the second time.
No!
At least he's still playing the music while in this.
Exactly, yeah. So the boss fight's supposed to be a little bit more dramatic music here. But I'm more than happy just chilling. Alright, so there is a way to... just love how the music
Back to
starts
the
again.
nice music.
There is a way to, like, multiple frame perfectly one cycle in with bombs and stuff, but I'm nowhere near expert enough to be able to learn that. So we'll do old casual, where you stand against a wall, wiggle around a little bit. Gotta make sure you get those daily crunches in as well. There we go. But while you're against this wall, nothing can hurt you. Nothing at all will be able to harm you.
Maybe words.
Well, yeah, he could still be emotionally damaged. Alright, and then we'll get him. We just gotta do this one more time.
Last bit of daily exercising.
Yep, gotta get it in. That's it, that's enough for him. A little bit of a shimmy. Freaking out a little bit, not sure where to look. See if we can get this again. No, that's too far to the So there is a way, basically wherever Mulgara is, you then appear directly like where Link is, like to the south of her. And there is a way to land on the warp so that when this cutscene finishes, you instantly warp. I've only ever got it once in my life, and of course it was during practice before this. I've never even seen it either. But yeah, you can land right where Makar is, basically, on the triangle. But here he comes, rising out of the sand. A god among mortals. So in Hundo, if you do land on that triangle, it's Doom. Doom Central, because what that means is you missed the heart container, so you have to go back all the way through the dungeon. Song is playing because Makar's jamming. We don't get a cutscene here as well because we have a fully charged Master Sword. It's like, yeah, man, you've done all this stuff. Get out of here. And then we go into the very, very end game. So, we now have a very fun trick. It's completely RNG. 1 in 3. So, you know, we're pretty ahead of estimate right now, but we could very much be a lot closer to estimate. The show must go on and everything like that. I've got it first try in my past 3 runs. I'm not holding out much hope, but we'll give it a shot. Nice splish. Okay, that wasn't a splish, but it wasn't good.
Starting off strong.
There we go. We're gonna swim back to Forsaken Fortress, and we're gonna go back down to Hyrule. We're gonna go down that lovely purple portal that we made before. And in order to do that, we need the boat. But we left the boat there. Well, good thing there's a handy cutscene right here where the boat will get summoned, huh? Light arrows do hurt some bosses. They hurt Jalhala, and they heal Goma for 1. But you can overheal Goma eventually after a few thousand, and Goma will die. Alright, here we go. So back up to that guy we watched the cutscene of earlier. There's...
Kept on waiting for long enough. It's finally time to get rid of
Yeah, let's get rid of him.
He finally gets his big fight opportunity.
He's been waiting
so
so long for
excited.
this. Okay, by magic. 1 year anyways.
He's like, I can't wait to show off my 3 phases.
Alright, so... Roll clip. Now, I think I only have 2 or 3 shots, so I'm actually going to have to be pretty precise with these. That's 1. So there are enemies up there I'm trying to set on fire. If I do it just right, and with good RNG, they will bounce onto a fire pot that is up there and set it on fire. That's 2. Okay, pause champ. Let's pray. Oh, we got it. Let's
nice.
go. And there goes our magic. Right, so we have 1 more cutscene skip, and it is the final boss cutscene skip. A nice, easy setup one. As Phantom Ganon almost wipes us out of the face of the earth. Alright, so now we just gotta load back in. And we're gonna go up the pot again. It's nice and easy. We don't need to open it, it's already open. I'm gonna grab a little bit of magic. I'm actually on PB pace right now, so that's pretty hype. My PB is a 224, so this could be pretty exciting.
This is exciting.
This is exciting, especially
really
after the runs
exciting.
I've had recently. This
Yeah.
is fantastic. Funnily enough, it's the best one so far. Crazy that. Right. Okay, and the final boss fight. Here we go. Let's see if we can get it nice and quick. First phase. Time will end when I slam my sword into his skull. Smokey, you got it.
Hope for the perfect 1 cycle.
Nope. So I have to 2 cycle this one. stuff, right? Final phase. Hello, sir. Okay, and boom! A personal best. A minute and a little bit. There we go.
Nice.
And that is The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD all dungeons faster than I've ever fasted before. Poor guy. All right, well, thank you very much for having me. What are you going to do for the next 17 minutes?
Do we have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I've got a shout out to myself. You can catch me over on Twitch. I've been working quite a lot recently, but I do stream every so often. Twitch.tv/YourEverydayGiantClam. You can see it right here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. You can also check out Dan Smokey. He's cool. And Glitches and stuff. Doesn't really stream much.
I didn't do anything.
They're chill. They're chill. They're cool. Huge shout outs to our reader who's up at 4 o'clock in the morning and probably still has even longer to go. Matako. No, are you off after this?
It's my bedtime.
Oh, okay. Perfect. We're all going to sleep. But yeah, no, shout out to the gang who are still here. Everybody who showed up late, everybody who's tuned in throughout everything. We'll get that Zelda cosplay on for someone's Zelda run. Don't know whose. We'll work out the logistics of that later. But someone's going to get a surprise when I turn up in a skimpy bikini. But yeah, thank you so much, ESA, for having me. I absolutely loved it. On for the next run. I'm really excited for the rest of the week.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Clam. We change lives here. We break records on this day and this day until someone beats the time. We made more money than anyone ever has before. Thank you so much. What an absolute pleasure it has been. Clam, you're wonderful. Smokey, Glitch and stuff. What I want, and the team, my new family on the couch and the other chairs and things. Could not have asked for a better way to finish my shift for the day. Up next, we've got Sustain Run and Crash to Insanity. The fun never ends. Don't go anywhere. Come back soon. ESA Summer 23 all week long. See you soon.
Woo!